What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Flag on the Play, College Football Edition. Got the Week 5 recap. Feel me? How y'all feeling on? How y'all feeling?
UCF man, we're not looking too good. UCF man.
So my shit was lagging. How y'all feeling? I said my shit was just lagging.
I'm feeling Gucci, bro. College football is looking awesome right now, brother. It's looking awesome.
Not from my squad, J-Rock. We blowing the lead over here in Orlando, man.
I saw that. I seen that. But they can compete though.
Great, that shit right there was crazy. But since my dog J-Rock here, the Colorado. I ain't gonna say stand. He ain't no stand, bro. He ain't no stand. But
I'm a supporter.
This is what I say. Let's talk about this game though, because Colorado, the club back. You know what I mean? Against USC.
Yes.
Let's start off with this first. Are the USC pretenders or are they contenders in the college football playoff race?
I'm gonna just say Colorado competed against an overrated USC team. That's why the score was so close. I'm gonna just use one of y'all's right quick. But honestly, Trent, this really just says what we already knew. This has been the Lincoln Riley story for a while. Obviously, always gonna be elite on the offensive end, but the question will always be the defense for his teams. Bear Alexander is one of the best D tackles in football, but a D tackle alone is not going to carry your offensive line. Obviously, I think the ironic part was even though their offensive line at Colorado isn't phenomenal, it surprised me that the second half of the game that USC front could not dominate the line of scrimmage against Colorado in that second half. Just because they are still, even though those guys to me are not top 4 contender type of guys, these are like the best of the best when it comes to defensive edge rushers. The fact that Colorado was still able to keep Shedeur up in that second half shows that they are kind of pretenders because that defense isn't gonna be taken seriously, and they're gonna have some trouble. Like if they have to play in Oregon or Washington. Even they play Notre Dame this year as well, correct?
Yeah, they do.
Those are going to be games where, listen, I love Caleb Williams, but I say if Shiloh Sanders and maybe a Travis Hunter plays, this game might be a double OT shootout. You know what I'm saying? I think the fact that they couldn't get anything going in the first quarter was the biggest, I think, Achilles heel for Colorado in this game. But USC not playing good defense didn't surprise me. I had said before I give Colorado a good chance in this game because I didn't think the defense at USC was as good as Oregon's. And even though it was a 7-point victory for the Trojans, this game, I think if 2 out of the 5 best players for this team were actually in the game suited up, I think this game goes closer than you think. I think it's safe to say if Travis Hunter, either he's stopping 7 points or he's adding 7 more points. And I think if you have Shiloh Sanders, you have obviously another experienced vet. He's one of the leading tacklers in the Pac-12 for a reason, and he's definitely been impactful this season. So ultimately, I thought it was a good game for Colorado, and it actually makes me more confident with my 8-10 win prediction going into the rest of the year.
Tegan?
I need to know what Lincoln Riley has against him that Alex Grinch is still the defensive coordinator.
That's really a headache game for real. That's literally the headache.
You're gonna waste Caleb Williams' career, like one of the most incredible, not even just prospects, just players,
ever.
And I know that you got Malachi waiting in the wings, but that's not you could be a 5-star and all that. DJ Ugole was a 5-star. He's not a guaranteed thing until he gets on the field. I've got a lot of thoughts. Nothing about this game changed my outlook a ton on both of these teams. I give Colorado a lot of props for fighting back into that game. That's a thing that you want to go into the Big 12 not giving up. That type of culture is gonna reign supreme when they move conferences next year and probably win it.
Facts.
Johnson.
Bro, I don't even know where to start with USC, bro. Because I think last week or the week before I said they're losing 3 games. I'm guaranteeing it right now. They're losing to Oregon, Notre Dame, and Washington. Because their defense can't stop anybody, bro. And those teams are a lot better than Colorado is right now, correct? The rosters are just deeper and better. Like I don't see how a USC can stop Notre Dame's passing and then stop Estime in the backfield too, bro. I just don't see it. I just see 9-3, and I think they wasted Caleb Williams. And yeah, Teagan's right. Alex Grinch, I don't know how he's still there, but that's the problem.
Yeah. How you feel about it?
I mean, I don't think USC is trying to play defense. I'm gonna be honest. I think they're gonna go if they're gonna make the playoff. Which after this game, I'm kind of iffy on it now because I thought they would dominate Colorado. They're just gonna have to outscore teams. They not really. If you could stop Caleb Williams 3 times, 4 times, they're gonna lose a game.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. Now, granted, it's hard to stop him, as you can see. I mean, the weapons they got and what he can do.
Bro has like almost 30 touchdowns.
But
my bad. I didn't cut you off. But as far as Colorado, like I think this is good. Like I think that's what you want to see from the culture. You know, to bounce back. You know, getting thrashed by Oregon. You know, a lot of people was writing them off going into this game. Me being one of them, I was like, you know, I thought USC was better than this, so I thought they were going to do the same thing. But to bounce back for that, you know, it's a loss. But again, that game could have went sideways after halftime. Like
there's a lot of teams that give up when you're getting blown out, and especially after you just got blown out by Oregon too. A lot of teams would have gave up and not try to come back and fight.
Yeah, so I think that's something that's good to build on, just as a program, man. I mean, again, now you knocked out kind of those juggernauts. Now you about to get. I think they got Arizona State coming up, winnable games.
They're going to beat them. Yeah, they're going to beat them.
I'm with you, J-Rob. I think 8 wins is a lot more attainable. I thought 6 was good. I think now you kind of after seeing that, I put them at 8.
Can I throw one more monkey wrench in there before just about Colorado? This is more about Colorado than USC because I said it on I think I said it's on Open Field. I'm actually really nervous for USC going to because we did a prediction on like the 12. We did the 12-team playoff. Yeah. Ironically, the winner of it was Colorado. But you have to see how we got there. Watch the video, see how we got there. But I said I don't think USC is going to adjust well to go into the Big Ten. Because I don't know if USC is going to be ready for them nights where they got to go to Iowa or Wisconsin and deal with that power running game, those power running game teams. I don't know if they have the type of physicality that's needed to be able to play in some of these cold environments. Like
cold games, exactly.
Like you're gonna.
I'm not gonna lie, J-Rob. I know y'all said Bear Alexander's great. I don't know if USC's defensive line can right now keep up with Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State offense.
I don't think so.
I think they get pushed around, bro.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and that's why they're one of the teams that I actually I don't see them having. I actually think UCLA will have a better transition into the Big Ten than they will because UCLA.
I think Oregon's gonna have the best though. I think Oregon's have the best
easily. I think Washington is gonna fall off a bit losing Michael Penix. I think he's that great. But the Colorado point is this: I do want to say Teagan and Trent. If I'm a betting man, I would put a little bit of money. If I took like $50, I'd put a bit of it for Colorado to win the Big 12 next year, just because Texas and OU are leaving. And let's just say, for the sake of arguing, that Colorado goes out there, and let's just say y'all both had them at 5-6 games. Let's say they go out there and by the grace of God win 8. I think that was my minimum for them was 8, 10 the max. They go out there and win 8 in the Pac-12, which I think we all have agreed was the most competitive conference in football this year. Yeah. I would have so much confidence if I'm this team going into next year because their schedule this year is going to be harder than their schedules going forward.
I agree. There's no way next year the Big 12 is going to be as hard as this year's Pac-12 because I'm going to be honest, this year's Pac-12 is honestly the best conference.
It is.
Better than the SEC this year.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And can I ask you one more question? What do y'all think about Utah? Are they a fraud? Because obviously don't have their quarterback, but they clearly don't have an offensive game.
No, they're a fraud without Cam Rising. Without Cam Rising,
I'm asking you. I'm like, yo, what are they going to do? Because
they need him.
They need him.
That's it. They have no solution. Their offense is really, really bad without him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is my takeaway on this game is first of all USC. I'm not gonna lie. Alex Grinch, you a dumbass. I'm not gonna lie. They should have won. If we're being all so dead ass, they should have won the game by like 60.
Easy.
There's no way.
No, they should have dominated. They should
have 48 in the first half, and then y'all let up 28 unanswered, 30.
Yep.
I think Colorado outscored them 28-7 in the second half.
Yeah. That's pathetic. Like Caleb Williams.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. If Colorado knew how to run a 2-minute drill, they could have scored more at the end.
That's another thing I was about to bring up.
Well, they said that Shedeur checked out of some of the plays to some of them run plays.
Those run plays were whack.
But I will say this though. I'll say this. I don't think too many quarterbacks in football right now could have been in Shedeur's shoes and even mounted a comeback like that. I think there's only a few guys in the nation that could have did that. And clearly you can see that they've given Shedeur a lot of the keys to that offense. Like he is the engine that makes him go. And I think even though the run plays weren't the best in that 2-minute situation, I still give Shedeur credit because I don't think any quarterback would have even got them that close where they were an onside kick away from potentially tying the game.
Yeah, because and then also the fact that Amarion Miller ain't played last week versus Oregon.
Trent, what's up with bro?
Like, bro, this is another thing. Where, like, I don't know if it was. I'm not gonna violate and say that's bad on Colorado, but like sometimes you gotta let the youngest play, bro. You gotta
let the young boys play.
Yo, do you gotta let Cormani just ball out?
Yeah,
that
was different though. He was different though because he was bullshit.
Mario was bullshitting too though. They both was bullshitting. That's why they missed. Yeah, he was.
Because there's no way J-Rob for the first month of the season he didn't play or didn't get any.
Ain't no way. That don't
no
make
way. After I saw that.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, I will say this. I'm not mad at Dion for expecting a standard of these great players because at some of these other schools they're just gonna play. They're gonna miss meetings and not be punished for it. And honestly, I don't know if that makes for good pros. You know what I'm saying? I think that fact because Nick Saban doesn't go for that. So why should Dion? Because Nick Saban
Dion has to do that. J-Rob, they won one game last year. He can't just be like, nonchalant. No, you gotta really.
It just annoyed me because they had Antonio Davies out there just selling us, and he's the biggest receiver on the squad. And then you get Omarion. It's like, damn, what if we had Omarion in the first half, like in the first quarter?
Yeah, they was busting. But yeah, it's just talking. Yeah, it's just another thing. Caleb, he better not come back. He better not.
Nah.
Bro, what's the point of coming back?
Because, bro,
serious. What's the point?
I don't know. Because, that defense was like that defense.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back.
No way.
He's going to come back for leverage. That's all
he played a generational game. As I expected, and it's just like, bro, like that's how you almost lose. Now, I will say though, Zachary Branch he needs to come back because even though
I didn't even know he was hurt. Did they say what his injury was?
Nah, I don't know. I didn't know. But I still think though, like on some real shit though, it was a glaring thing for Colorado. I already said I gave him props for the comeback. I still see like 2-3 wins after this, bro.
I'm gonna look at the schedule real quick.
What's the schedule?
Let me just look at the schedule.
I think Arizona State.
Because you're pretty much saying they're not going.
Stanford or
you're telling me they're not going to go 500.
I don't think
they're not. And I don't know if I agree with that, bro. Because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Like we got to be realistic here a little bit now, fellas. Like this team is more talented than we gave them credit for. I think you both gave them credit for. Arizona State, Stanford. I think those are wins.
Yeah.
UCLA. I think UCLA is going to be a shootout. This one you could coin flip it. Oregon State. I'm going to say Oregon State wins because I don't know if because they're going to be able to run the rock. Yeah,
they're going to be able to run the rock.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I want to say I think Oregon State is going to run the ball, and then they're going to have DJ 6'5", 200 self run the ball too. They're going to push them out.
Yeah.
Then they play Arizona. I think
they're beating Arizona.
I think they win that game. Now I'm assuming Dalton Rising will play in the final game of the year, so I'm going to give Utah the edge at the end. But I say the other game that could be closer than expected is the Washington State game, just because of the shootout.
That's a shootout.
That's a shootout.
Like you said, if they can get in a shootout, that's probably their best chance of winning as of right now. The way
they can upset the start.
If you can try to get them to where they're scoring and they clicking on offense, then I think they have a shot with a lot of teams.
The only tough thing about that Wazoo game is it's away.
Yeah,
and Washington State's a pain to play at, especially late in games.
So is it really crazy they go under 500?
Nah, I still think it's crazy just because I know we're hard on USC, but we're also comparing USC to the field, not to the Pac-12. We're comparing them to how they stack against Michigan.
They're still a top tier
in Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right. We're comparing them how they stack against Notre Dame, Michigan, the Georgias, Alabamas, the Florida States and these teams, Miami, like the teams that we know are going to be at that very end of it. And I don't see Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA as constructed right now, Arizona being those, at least those three teams right there being significant ball movers. But you know what I'm saying? They're not moving the needle for me that much. And I will say this: I look at the Washington State game as a game that it could be winnable for Shedeur. I think it'll be great for his legend going into next year. And listen, if Dalton Rising isn't healthy by that last game of the year, that Utah game could be close because I ain't gonna lie, Trent. I don't know if you watched them versus Oregon State, but when I say to you that team, like Utah State, if they don't get this kid back at quarterback soon, their season could go up in smoke too. Because no offense to Nate Johnson, but brother, you might be playing wide receiver. And I hate to be that guy to say that about a black quarterback, but bro, when you have a clean pocket and can't throw an out route, you know, you're throwing at the dirt, like these are throws where you have protection and you can't make these throws, then I don't know how I can see you being a guy. And their backup is at Utah. And their backup is trash too. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I just at least know one thing is Colorado can score the football. That's all I know. And I'll say this too: Tegan, Trent, Dawson, Trey, they need to take the rock first on the coin toss.
Yes.
Take the rock first on the coin toss. If you go out there and score, you have the momentum for that team specifically.
For that team, you have to because your defense goes out there. 7-0.
You're
down 7-0.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it killed the vibe, bro. It killed the vibe. At least if they go out there and score first, you got a little bit of momentum on that defensive drive.
Colorado scores first, and their defense gets a turnover or stop. They got all the momentum.
Right. But that only for me applies. I'm a very much defer to second half guy. That
me too.
I
agree,
team specifically.
Yes,
this team specifically. Yeah.
And I think too.
USC too. USC got to do the same thing.
Facts.
Colorado. Travis Hunter. I think we don't. We know the impact, but he brings a confidence that overshadows a lot of their issues too. Like you look at that, I remember that TCU game. Shedeur was like third. I think it was 3rd and 18. Look, I'm just throwing it to
Travis. Yeah,
Travis. When you got that kind of guy on offense and you got that kind of guy on defense, like you need those kind of guys when you got as many holes as Colorado does. Like he can make up some of those issues.
It was that USC game for me, fellas. That USC game gave me more confidence going the rest of the way, just because even though we all agree Grinch might be low-key an Al-Qaeda member.
Yeah.
He might be. But at the same time, USC got better defensive recruits out there right now up front than Colorado does. And so because I know at least that information, I'm going to give them more than a puncher's chance now, especially going into this year. And let them stack a few. They go Arizona, Stanford, UCLA back to back. You go 3-0, you go 3-0 over the next week going into Oregon.
You're bowl eligible.
You're bowl eligible. You're feeling confident.
Feeling good.
And listen, Trent and Tegan, y'all may not be high on the Colorado train, but y'all know how dangerous a team that is confident and really don't know no better is in college football. We've seen it time and time again. Miraculous. We've seen
and they're talented too. If they're confident, they're talented.
I'll say this: their skill positions right now are as good as anybody in the
anybody.
At least the skills.
Well,
what you guys like taking?
No, I'm just saying any Colorado slander probably ends like as soon as the season ends. Like I'm not gonna hop on the train and be first on board. Like I'm not gonna do that. But like I'm realistic. I know the trajectory of what Deion's gonna go on. Like after this year, it's not going down.
It can't go down.
So I'd be dumb to be like, oh, they're going to be ass again. They're going up.
I said about next year. They're going to be really like that. But this year.
But I will say this: I think they are a little bit more competitive. That even in my heart, I didn't know if they'd be. Even though I was saying it out loud, I was putting it out there. The USC game for me did a lot for me in terms of like I don't believe in moral victories at all. I'm a win or loss type of guy. I don't care. But I'm not a participation trophy guy. But like Tegan said, I think if you look at this part and look at it like this is not a stepping stone of going forward, like higher to newer heights, I mean, I think you just not being realistic.
I agree, J-Rob. They're gonna go back, look at the film, and they're gonna be like, "There's a lot of good on this film. Even though there was a lot of mistakes, there's still a lot. Like, what they got 7 more games left?
7 more games, and they got I think they got 3 guys back from injury finally.
Yeah,
I still need to use my running back though. They need to use my running back, Trent.
Oh, Dylan Edwards.
McCaskill, man.
Oh,
he's coming for ACL. He's not really gonna be used till next year.
I know he's gonna have a breakout year next year, bro. He's gonna be the breakout. I think he could be. Obviously, I mean, I'm gonna say Big 12 offensive player gonna be Shador, but he's gonna be like that newcomer award that every conference has. It could be McCaskill easily. 100%.
Yeah, but let's say speaking because we talked about Oregon State. Has Oregon State found their identity? This run heavy offense, and can they make a huge push in the Pac-12?
Yes.
Who can?
Let me look at their schedule. I'm looking at their schedule right now.
Who can, John?
Huh? Look at their final 2 games. Their final 2 games.
I'm gonna look right now.
I gotta check their schedule.
But like,
Oregon,
just speaking to the way they're playing,
final 2 games suck.
When you can run the ball like that and be physical running the ball, that demoralizes a lot of teams.
I'm not gonna hold you. Can't stop it. I'm not gonna hold you. Looking at their schedule right now, they could literally be 9-1 going into their last 2 games of the year.
Bro, they could be in a situation. I'm gonna be honest. I think they can upset Washington.
I'm about to say that Washington is a team that if Oregon State runs the football like we talked about,
keep that ball out of Penix.
Yes, control. And this year with the rule change, with the first down and don't stop. Oh man.
Yeah.
And I also find out about Washington.
That's going to be a war, though. The Oregon State game is going to be a war.
Yeah, I think the Oregon State game is going to be a war of attrition. I think they actually can. I think they upset Washington Lake. Can I ask y'all this though? Can y'all give my guy DJ you some credit, bro? With some
I'm gonna be honest.
Real run game, doing
this
things
is
he's good at.
Indictment on Dabo Swinney. We've been talking about this all since.
It was calling DJ you a bust, man.
Preacher man.
Right now.
It's a
Preacher man.
Yeah, Preacher Man really might be a fraud though.
Come on, Preacher Man. Preacher Man had a
I'm letting you know, Preacher Man still has another loss on the remaining.
Who they play
on the schedule? They still got to play Miami at Miami.
Do they play Louisville?
They still got to play the U.
Do they play Louisville this year?
I don't know. Let me see.
If they play Louisville, Trent, that's another one. I'm telling you, Louisville is undefeated for a reason. They're good too, bro.
They still got to play Notre Dame, Miami, South Carolina, North Carolina. Oh my God!
Come on, bro.
Oh, Clemson.
Come on, bro. They losing to UNC.
Oh no!
They might lose to Notre Dame
too. They can lose at Miami.
Nah, South Carolina O-line is so trash. I'm gonna give them the South Carolina game. That shit is whack. I feel bad for Rattler. I
mean, Rooster, bro, he balling, bro. What you want us to do?
What did we say? What did I see?
We didn't go way too far. All we saying is it's a problem.
All we're saying is he looks better at Oregon State than he did.
Bro, look at his numbers, bro. He's hooping.
I mean, he's hooping. I can't.
He looked better than Emory Jones. He looked better than Milton right now. He's looking better than Joe Milton. Like, I'm just come on, y'all.
Yo, free Nico, bro. Free Nico.
Free Nico right now, bro. Like,
hey, free Nico.
Back out Nico right now. It's about time. Like,
what's his name? Let's move this on though, because we gotta talk about this one. Because I wasn't expecting this. Because they be getting me tight when they play. I lost my voice over Evan Neal. This shit is ridiculous. Georgia escaped from Auburn.
Oh man,
almost prompt. I want to ask this certain question. Is Brock Bowers the best player in college football, regardless of position?
He's number 3.
Yeah, I agree.
He's number 3.
Yeah.
Who's 2? Wait, who's 1 and 2? Who's asking?
1, I'm gonna say the best player in the country right now is Travis Hunter, just because he's like Shohei Ohtani, bro. The impact on both sides of the ball is just like I'm telling. The only reason why I gotta say is Travis still is because, bro, he can be the best offensive receiver on your team and literally your best corner. And I'm not going to lie, to be able to do both at that high of a level at the same time, it is really not.
And he doesn't take plays off like that. He's always on the field.
And we've seen it with Jabril Peppers and company, but 160 snaps a game at that level, that's really not something that we're going to really see replicated too often. So I would say him. And then number 2 will be Caleb.
And then also, real quick.
Wait, question. J-Rob, you think Brock is over Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Right now, hell yeah, because I think he's carrying Georgia on his back on the offensive game.
That's the only.
I think if he didn't exist, they might have lost the game by now.
No,
They
they
probably
would have
lost.
lost. They would have lost to
Yeah.
Auburn if Brock wasn't
Yeah,
there.
facts. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. Every time this might
He is. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
He is. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it might be.
He might
I
be.
ain't
He's
gonna lie.
nice.
Brock-
He is nice.
Brock
This
might be
nigga,
the
bro.
coldest white boy I seen in
He
since
block
Manziel, bro.
like Kittle.
Since Manziel, bro.
Block like Kittle. He run route, bro. He catch like
He got
trash.
wiggle like
He's
Kelsey.
nice. I like
Teague.
Tegan. No, Tegan over there. All season, I was hyping
Yeah.
up Brock, bro. We watched this film.
Brock is crazy, bro.
Yeah, he
He's
might
so
be the. I'm not gonna lie. He really.
And because
might.
he's so impactful as a tight end doing this, like is
When I
ain't
see
seen
Brock,
that
that
before,
was,
bro.
no,
Hey,
when I see him getting
No,
handoffs,
Oscar,
it's crazy.
Oscar's help. That's another one that's on the way
What's
Who's
up
his
with those
backup?
Georgia tight ends now, bro?
because they tight
Darnell.
end. Bro, because he recruited me and when I was coming.
He's like
out,
that.
He's like that too.
He
Yo,
old,
what's up,
he old.
Darnell Washington?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Free Darnell Washington from the Steelers,
Kenny
bro. Because
Pickett,
he's
God.
a dog too. Yeah, free Darnell Washington because he's nice. He's
When I
not
saw
gonna
him in his,
utilize that.
when I saw Darnell in his first ever game, pancake Nick Bosa
Man,
on the
let me
run
ask
block,
y'all this-
I was like,
let
oh
me ask
man.
y'all this
It's
for
crazy.
Auburn. Let me ask you this for Auburn because I like they fought for the game because that nigga almost beat the number one team in the country. So
Facts.
how many years y'all think till Hugh Freeze and Auburn begin to compete for the SEC? Not for the
So they
SEC
get a quarter-
title,
so they- so
Like,
they get a
not-
quarterback.
Oh, not for the title.
not the title, just like
competitive
conversation.
program.
They just need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback,
That's it.
bro.
They can't
Till
throw.
it
They can't throw
happens.
the ball. When Peyton Thorne had more running yards than passing yards, that's a problem.
Yeah, they need a quarterback train.
They need a
Until
quarterback.
that happens, I can't get behind it, bro.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not even really a time frame.
Oh my God, I know who they should go get to be their quarterback. Malik, what's his name? Malik Murphy. Malik Murphy.
Oh,
is that
That's
his
a
name?
backup
Oh,
for
for Texas, yes.
Bro, he would save them, bro. He's
I was
better
mad.
than
I
everybody
was
on
mad
their
that
roster.
TJ Finley left them. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah,
I like TJ Finley, but he's balling at Texas State.
I can't lie though. Malik Murphy with Hugh Davis's like scheme, that's nice.
Go get Malik.
That's
Go
nice.
get him. He's going to be probably the most sought after kid in the transfer portal at the quarterback position.
Yeah,
because they know they have to start Arch after this year.
They've
They
already
go
that's-
easily.
that's-
Tegan.
they have no choice.
they have to.
This is all politics. It's all politics.
Well, yeah, we know
Arch
this.
went there and said, "Listen, I don't have to start now, but when we get to that SEC, I'm starting."
No,
I'll
let's
start
be
him
honest.
now.
Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I'll
Art
start him.
said, "All right, Quinn can play 1 year. Let me sit, red shirt, whatever you want to do." But yeah, SEC time. Oh, we
I'm
play
going to
Tennessee.
Yeah,
we
Quinn's
play
going to the
Tennessee.
NFL. Yeah, Quinn's going
Well,
to
I'm sure
the
Arch
Quinn's going to
didn't
the league.
say. I'm
Quinn's
sure
going
the
to the
whole
league.
family did.
all right, are they gonna be in the? Are they gonna be in the division with Georgia now?
There's no divisions in the
There's
SEC.
no divisions. They
divisions.
just
It's
it's
gonna
like
be-
the Big 12. It's like the Big 12.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
And I think that's how it
They're
should
just-
be. I don't like divisions, bro. I don't like
Okay,
divisions.
Yeah.
I
So
thought
the
they
top
had
two
division.
teams will just play each other in the.
Yeah,
I think
they're
the
gonna
best
play-
two teams
it's a
should play each
nine.
other because I
I
hate
think
them
it's a-
situations where you have a 3-loss team in the championship game. I think it's whack.
The Big 10 every year.
Yeah, I hate it, bro. I hate
It's
it every
terrible.
year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think they got to play 9 or 10 conference games next year.
I love it.
So
I
they're
love
gonna
it.
play. They pretty much playing everybody. Everybody playing.
I
the same.
love it. You can't duck no smoke.
You know what's
bro.
crazy about Texas next year? They come to the big house and they go to the
Yeah, boy.
SEC.
And Texas. Yeah, Texas got to go to Georgia. Ooh, they
Oh
gonna-
my! And Michigan and Georgia. That's
And- yeah.
crazy. That is
They're
crazy.
going. Texas is going to. I actually think Texas is going to establish themselves. Believe it or not, as one of the top teams in the SEC out the gate.
You think Texas will be more successful in the SEC than Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oklahoma's just a year away behind. Like they're a year behind their development.
I agree. I think they're both. I think both teams will dominate the
Because
conference.
Jackson Arnold is a guy.
I agree with that too.
They have
actually.
their quarterback.
I agree
Hey,
with that,
Dylan Gabriel's playing good though this year.
I know, but like I'm saying in the future.
But I agree.
Jackson
They
I
have
Arnold
agree
their
is a
with
future
you.
guy. They have their future guy.
That OU Texas game might be crazy, but we're gonna talk about that.
Crazy.
That's just gonna be crazy.
One of my favorite games every year.
So
I'm
let's
going
talk about
hard.
this though. Let's move it because it was sad the way how Riley Leonard went out because Notre Dame survived the upset versus Duke. They survived it.
Yeah, they survived.
If Notre Dame wins out though, are they in the college football playoff?
No.
They don't control their destiny.
They don't, but yes.
I will
They're in the
say they don't
conversation
control. They
for
don't.
a fifth seed.
I think it's very dependent on how far Ohio State goes for one. They're going to need Ohio State to damn near win the Big Ten. For
Mhm.
100%, they're going to need Ohio State to win the Big Ten. But I agree with Tegan. They don't really control their destiny, and that's what I don't like. The fact that you have to bank on some L's is hard. Like now, they still need.
Well, they're
like,
not in
they-
the division.
No, because they're not in division, and also too, like for example, like even though they beat Duke, they still need Duke to run the ACC. You know what I'm saying? To still be looked at as a top school, they still got to beat USC.
They gotta hope USC doesn't lose a bunch of games like I said they would.
This is also true.
I agree. That's also true. That's also true.
Miami is really, really talented. They're really, really good up front on both sides of the ball.
True.
The better that they do, the better for me.
Their quarterback is really good, playing really good football. Yeah,
that's
the better Miami is, the better it is for me.
Let me ask you this: say if Riley Leonard comes back, do they have a chance of beating Florida State?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm giving them a shot.
I can't give it, bro. I can't do it.
Why? They dominated Clemson, and Clemson put Florida State to the wire. They're just as physical.
Where's the game? Where's the game? Is it in Doak?
You don't. Are they playing at Duke?
I think so.
If they're playing at Duke, you gotta give them a.
They have a chance, but if it's at FSU,
will be back because it's,
I'm taking Florida State to win.
And then another week, it's just a high ankle sprain.
I'm taking Florida State to win, but I give them a puncher's chance. Or they're at Florida State.
At Florida State, no, they have no chance.
I give them.
I mean, they have a chance. I'm gonna say they have
10%.
They got a chance, but I don't like the way they play. Like
I like their defense, bro.
I like their defense, but I just
Al Blades
the
Jr.
offense
and them boys.
Al Blades, yes, sir.
It's so dependent on Riley Leonard balling that if you stop him, you're gonna have that. That's all you really got to do.
Riley Leonard, the best Duke quarterback since. Never mind. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Shit.
Riley Leonard about to be the new quarterback for the Giants before you know it, bro.
Future Giant right there.
Future Giant. Riley is nice though. Riley is nice though. I like Riley.
If we ever fight, if somehow, some way he's on the Giants, I'm sliding to another team.
Yo, Trent, you're gonna have a North Carolina quarterback on your team. Just Drake May.
I'm not drafting the quarterback because I'm not gonna lie. If we do that, I'm sliding to another team, bro. Because it's gonna be the same cycle over again, bro. I'm not trying to see that.
Bro said this shit like the Avatar every year is the same thing.
Bro, it's literally deja vu, bro. I'm sick of
Trent, can we add a team to the mix that I want to ask you about? Is Luther Burden and them boys really the
I've been
Come on, bro.
We gonna talk about that LSU Missouri game. That's
Trent, gonna be a good ass game.
I got something to say.
Bro, I love that they add Mizzou too. I love that they add Mizzou.
LSU's on upset alert.
They are, Trent. They are on upset alert.
It's not even upset alert.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not even upset alert. But nah, bro. What's his name? Luther Burden?
Yeah, he's a dog head.
By next year, I'm sorry, Tegan. Luther is better than Evan Stewart.
I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, I think so. And I like Evan. Evan is nice.
Evan, I struggle with his size at the NFL level.
Yeah, I think Evan is that nice. He's small. Luther too.
But I have LSU winning, but I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna talk about that game later. But I don't, bro. This college football season been wild though.
I'm a big fan of Luther Burden. I like his game. He's a dog.
Hey, and their quarterback Cook is good too.
Yeah, Cook is good too.
I wish Coach Mark was here because we about to talk about his boys. So Tennessee gets revenge on South Carolina, and Spencer Rattler called this game. He called this game Tennessee Super Bowl. Was it corny or was it facts?
I mean, it was facts, bro. It was facts, though. Come on, bro.
They're going to play Bama. Super Bowl.
They're getting dog walk. Tegan, listen.
I know. That's like
I ain't gonna lie. Watching Joe Milton, us having to watch Joe Milton versus Jalen Milroe with quarterback play in that game is going to be god awful.
Hilarious.
And Alabama is probably going to win by 21, bro. And that's the craziest part about it.
But it sounds like I'm saying as a team, who really says South Carolina is their Super Bowl? Let's keep it a buck.
That's
but if they're talking about it after, like, bro, y'all dominated the worst O-line in the conference. Your quarterback still don't look like a guy still. Like,
they're running game's nice.
I will say they're running game.
Jalen Wright's a guy.
How could you hang your hat on that going into every week, bro? Like,
but the fact that Spencer said it after he got smacked.
Yeah, I get that too.
That's a bad.
I get that too. You would sound like a sore loser too. No, I get you. I'm with you.
I'm not gonna lie. Where does Spencer Rattler ranking quarterbacks
in the country?
What you mean?
There's a lot of
as a college quarterback or like going to the pros.
Off my gut. Off my gut. I mean, top 30 maybe.
Yeah.
As a pro, he might be QB.
Is Spencer Rattler the best quarterback in the SEC?
No.
Jaden Daniels might be big.
Jaden Daniels.
I think Jaden Daniels is better.
I'm thinking KJ Jefferson over him.
I low key think this
Whoa.
kid. Nah. I don't know if I'll go there.
You
I'm
talking
not mad
about
at Tegan for that. I'm not mad at Tegan for that.
Where the whistle?
Yeah, blow the whistle. Yeah, Tegan, that might be a little OD. But I ain't gonna lie, Trent. I'm low key like his Cook kid. I'm liking his Cook kid over. I'm liking Cook over the Mizzou
Brady
kid
Cook
right
is
now.
good.
I'm liking this Mizzou kid over Spencer right now. This Mizzou kid look like he cooking with some gas. But we gonna see
Jackson
the big
Dart
game.
looks like a guy for a couple.
Jackson Dart looking better too.
We gonna talk about that shit because I'm about to go on.
But I think for the pros,
Okay,
I think for the pros though, if it's the pros, he's top 10 prospect for the pros.
Okay, so let's say this is gonna be a little bit off topic because J-Rob, you here, and I know you've seen this shit on my TikTok, niggas, because I forgot to talk about when we were talking about Shador and all that. So Tegan, we need some clarification on why do you think that Drew Allen is over Shador?
Okay, first of all, so the context.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
First of all, I just had to. I put out my Rainbow Six game. Fucking. So the context with that clip was Donnie was saying that Shador next year, because we're moving off of the fact that he's not going to be in the draft this year because his dad already came out and said that.
Yeah.
And the conversation was, is he a lock for QB1 next year?
Okay.
And so I instinctually go, okay, what prospects could be in contention with him
for number one?
Right. And so I said Drew Aller. He was a 5-star coming out of high school for Woodsworth. He's 6'5", has a cannon of arm. He hasn't shown it this year as a first year as a starter. But when I said tools, I saw a guy that NFL scouts are going to see as a prototypical, like big
prototype.
Bro, he's only started 4 college games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I rock with Allen too. I want you to know I rock. I think
me and Tegan have talked about Penn State. I think Penn State next year is true national championship.
Facts.
But
they're gonna be in. I think they'll be in that 12. Go ahead, Tegan.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a fact of me trying to find a QB that, like, because if I had money on this, right, I know Deion's gonna have Shador right in those interviews. I know Deion's gonna have a media hype. He also deserves to be in the QB1 conversation.
Facts.
Let me be clear. He deserves it. But I, like, as a betting man, I guarantee you Deion gonna have him wherever a quarterback is needed. Right at the top of their big boards. I just was sitting there and looking at their next.
Let me say this real quick, bro. Just because we don't have a quarterback in a certain place, don't mean we hating. Nate Robinson, Nate Robinson, nigga. Nobody was hating when you commented on my shit. With people's opinions, bro. Just because we don't have,
people don't gotta make it personal.
No, you don't gotta make it personal. And all you lame ass niggas that was talking mad crazy to Donnie about his speech impediment, you niggas just weird.
Yeah, I gotta stop doing that.
That's why.
I gotta stop doing that.
That's something to control. I would have gave Donnie the platform.
Cause some of y'all is virgins. Some of y'all, y'all know it.
No,
y'all so crazy. That's a fact, though. I'm saying that. Y'all know I'm being dead ass.
No, they dead ass on the computer all day. Like,
y'all dead be lame as hell, or like somebody be dead bums. Somebody just giving their opinion on, because Donnie know more ball than half of you niggas.
Donnie know more ball than 95% of the people.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
trust me. 90 of the comments of y'all hating, we're laughing usually.
And I want you to know we really love that y'all comment. The fact that y'all comment just gives us attention.
And especially on Nate Robinson, because he did the same thing with Kieran when he was talking about Mike Evans. Bro, can't even walk 1,000 yards. Bro, you got meat by Jake Paul, bro. I hate like that shit lame, bro. I just had to say that.
Oh, you talking about the real Nate Robinson?
Short King.
Somebody telegram. Somebody give me the telegram.
Quick story.
He wasn't wild on my shit, but
I thought that was somebody's name in the chat.
He was, because Kieran made a take where like Mike Evans is in the Hall of Fame, which we all disagree. You know, I think he's a locked Hall of Famer. Yeah, but bro, in the comments, wow, he said you can't even walk 1,000 yards because he's big, because he's a bigger person.
He's about Mike Evans?
No. He's talking about the person that was talking about Mike Evans.
Talking
crazy and shit like this. And then I just seen one because my Shador shit went viral on IG. And he's like, y'all cap, y'all hate. I'm like, bro, stop commenting on shit, bro. Because you always like, it's not even hating. Like, I don't understand. We be disagreeing with people. It's not hating, bro.
You gotta understand, there's a lot of people in sports. There's no way every sports fan is gonna agree on every single thing about every single player. It's just too many. But that's crazy by Nate because you definitely got minked up by Jake Paul. And we
Yeah,
also
so
you gotta chill, bro.
NBA
Everybody
player.
take an L. Everybody take an L, bro. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like now
crazy.
niggas can't comment on players and shit. We
Yeah,
gotta say
like
we
that'd
hating.
be crazy.
I
Yeah,
got
we not
mad people in
hating.
my comments talking about we being racist. I'm down.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, the thing is, like, obviously, you know, when we're talking in our personal chats, the racial joke, it'd be more joking
It'd be funny.
than
It'd
really.
be funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, people on the outside don't really know what we be talking about or how we actually interact with each other. We've been talking for years, so I definitely get that part. But yeah, that was crazy. Nobody's saying, listen, the only reason I was mad was about the tools thing because I'm like, hold on. Shador, in terms of tools and like what's the biggest thing that we look at for quarterbacks? I would say intangibles.
Yeah.
I feel like Drew Aller, because I like Drew, and that's the thing. The problem is when you say like you like one guy over the other, you know how that goes. That means you think the other guy is trash now or he's whack. I think Drew Aller enters next year as QB2. Some may have him QB1 because I think Tegan hit on the nose. He's 6'5". He's 243. Bro, do have the big arm. If you ever seen Josh Allen, if you're watching Anthony Richardson, you saw Cam Newton go into the league. If you've seen all these, the Ben Roethlisbergers of the world, you've seen all these big arm quarterbacks that see in the league, Drew Aller is going to be the next one to fit the mold. I'm not saying I think his game, I think the Penn State going to be one of them 12 in the playoffs next year, 100%, because of how good I think this kid can be. The reason why I think Shador is just going to be, I think is locked for number one going into next year is one, like Tina said, his dad. When you have that level of pedigree, this man been watching film probably since he was like 8 years. Trent, you've been watching film since you was before you even really knew what you was watching. You know, before you even understood it, because you was a coach's kid. Like, you just around it all the time. That stuff rubs off on you just because you're in the environment. So he's seeing these schemes. He's seeing schemes at an early age. He's diagnosing. If you ask any kid, the Auburn head coach, or I think the OC said, we tried to recruit him to Auburn because Shador, when they put him in, you know, most quarterbacks get recruited differently from like DBs, receivers, and other positions. Yeah. Nobody asked me as a corner or a receiver, whatever the school's recruiting me for, to go on the whiteboard and chalk it up. But all my quarterback friends that were prospect, they all had to go to whatever college and show that they had some level of IQ. So I look at Shador between his dad, I mean, the accuracy. I think if there is a knock on him right now, I do think he holds the ball too long. But I don't think he's holding the ball too long because he don't know what he's seeing. I think the difference between most guys who hold the ball too long, I think he's waiting for one guy to get most of the time they're waiting for one guy to get open. I think he's going to his fourth progression. Yeah. And I think that's why he's holding the ball too long. Yeah. Because he's going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And I think in some ways, if he's gonna do that, he gotta juice his legs because his legs is really underrated. I don't think he's like a terrible guy when it comes to his legs. So I see. I mean, I don't know. I think Shador got to be the lock for QB1 going into next year. I mean, his numbers right now are ridiculous. I mean, if you looked at the stats alone, you still have to kind of put him in the Heisman conversation. They mess around, and if they mess around, I'm just saying for the sake of argument, if they mess around and just win the rest of the way, don't lose again. I don't see that happening. Don't see that, but they go 10-2. Let's say they go 10.
He'll get an invite.
Yeah,
he's going to New York, Trent.
Yeah.
If they go 10-2, he's going to New York, bro. You would have to. You have to.
Let's talk about this too, because Ole Miss ends LSU season because they're not. Whoever the fuck, whoever, go get Corey Raymond back. Denver Harris, my dog. I was like, I played 7-on-7 with him. It's my dog. Frank Wilson, your dad is, what's his name? Frank Wilson, the running backs coach, childhood friend. You're my dogs. If y'all don't fuck around, if y'all don't get Corey Raymond back right now, there is no way. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss, 700 in the bro, 700 total yards in one game. They almost went for 1,000 yards in one game.
Yo, Trent, they had 300 passing, over 300 passing, and over 300 rushing.
You know that game getting him drafted, right, Trent? He's getting drafted because of that game right there, bro.
And the worst part is there's like screenshots. LSU defensive linemen, they line up like 5 yards off the ball. If y'all don't line the fuck up right.
Yeah, what? Yo, that's crazy.
I don't understand. We got Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors looking like Jamar Chase and fucking Justin Jefferson out there bugging out. And LSU pedigree used to be defense. How the fuck we allowing almost
Defense
Y'all don't ain't DBU anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all DBU right now, gang.
We can't.
No.
He
J-Rob,
said we
after
can't
that,
be.
no, after the
can't
FSU
be.
game, that was cooked. After that FSU game,
Go pay wherever the fuck Corey Raymond wants. Go get him back.
It's all right though. My boy, they got a corner coming in 2 years that's going to save. That's going to, my boy. My boy going to come.
He's just like that shit is like.
And use Harold Perkins right.
Like Jaden Daniels,
bro. The way they scheme Harold Perkins, absolutely.
He need a transfer. No count. He need to leave and be used.
Bro, Harold
Yeah,
Perkins
that's
was
the
a lock
real
first
problem.
round pick. He's not going to go in the first round this year because of incompetence by his coaching staff.
imagine Harold Perkins
And-
next to go to Colorado.
He can't go. He can't.
Oh
go
my
above the
God.
draft
He
this
can't
year.
come out this year.
No, he's
Not
already
this
gone.
year.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh,
J.
never
Rob,
mind.
Harold Perkins need to transfer to Colorado.
He's gonna be at Colorado, bro. I'm telling you, one of your favorite names in football will be at Colorado Buffalo next year. Harold Perkins, you should consider it, gang. For real.
The only issue I have with Perkins, outside of like how he's being used, is if I'm gonna be a little critical of how he's playing as a ball player, he doesn't have a diverse pass rush like pass.
I agree with that. You could tell he's
He
raw as
only
hell.
tries to speed rush off the edge, and it works because he's just that good of an athlete. But he doesn't have a set of pass rushing moves.
Ezekiel Ansah. What's his
And
then
name
from
also,
BYU?
Ziggy Ansah.
He's
Bro,
Ziggy Ansah, Tegan. He's Ziggy Ansah, bro.
Every week I'm gonna make you gonna have to put respect
Right.
on Malik Neighbors' name. When are you going to put respect on his name?
Nah, Neighbors is nice, bro.
You said
No.
You got respect. You got respect the fact that I said LSU was overrated. Y'all gonna lose.
Goalposts,
Bro,
goalposts,
go away.
I
goalposts.
can't lie to you, Keegan. That is goalpost, but two things to be true.
Who is quarterback? Who is wide receiver 2 right now? Keon still, or you got somebody else, Trent? Can Keon, bro?
I still think
come
it's a
on.
Mecca. I still think
Yeah,
it's a Mecca.
I still right.
See, I'm not mad
Mecca's
at him,
not a good
Mecca, because
athlete.
he's Ohio
I'm not
State.
gonna
So
lie,
I can't.
this-
I'm not gonna fight against my Ohio State
This
Buckeye.
This water is so deep. It's so deep.
But Keon, though, come on, that's Chase, bro. That's 6'4" Chase. Come on, see it, Trent. See the vision I'm seeing, bro. Look at the calf muscles, bro.
Look at the calf muscle.
Look at the calf muscles.
Like the only gripe with Jaden Daniels, bro, if you don't slide, nigga.
Yo, for real.
And this is
What's wrong with him?
Like, bro, if you get hit like that.
Yo, he's tripping. He
be getting smacked, bro. Like you gonna upstart your CTE. You better relax, bro.
slide, bro.
I got my CTE kicking in and started kicking in at 25.
Every game
bro.
I've seen him, bro. Every game from this week, Florida State, Mississippi State, bro. He's
He
getting.
take one lick and he just get
Bro,
blasted.
and he act like he not 175 pounds, bro. Like you better relax, bro. You 6'3",
He ain't
170, bro.
250. He ain't 6'6", 250 taking
You're
these
not
hits.
trucking him. And the thing is, they also violate him specifically, Trent. They always living him off his feet. He getting speared like
picking
Roman
him up.
Reigns.
Yo, he's getting rock bottom.
It's the worst type of tackles, bro.
Yo, he's
Wait,
getting
Trent,
hit like.
Didn't he get picked up last year by Jalen Carter?
Yes,
too?
bro.
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Yep.
Carry
Lucky
on
Jalen Carter
arms.
just held him, though. Jalen
Yeah,
Carter
he's like,
just
held
held
him, bro.
held
Like-
him, bro.
Nah, that shit's crazy. But let's talk about this last game before we get into our predictions on the next. So, goddamn, even though Trey can't do the college football show, goddamn, Trey. Florida gets mollywopped by Kentucky.
Wow.
How big is the panic move for Florida that they cannot win games at home?
They've been whacked for how many years now? There's no panic button. The shit never went off, Trent. It never went off. The panic button should have been pushed in 2020, and nobody decided to push it, bro. Even when they had Anthony Richardson, and we called out that he would be a first-round talent, we only said it was going to be first round because his intangibles were literally coming off the paper. Literally. But outside of that, this team been panicking for the last decade. The last decade.
He ain't lying.
Trent, when was the panic button gonna be pushed? When you lost Jaden Rashada, he's out here balling out of control. He's better than every quarterback on your roster, and you couldn't keep him. Then you're gonna bring in DJ Lagway. Come on, bro.
DJ Lagway might say today. He might.
Rooster mad at me now. Now Rooster. Now
Lagway is a good enough.
Wow.
No, I'm not gonna lie. DJ
Wow,
Lagway
Rooster.
He might save the decade though, because he's.
But
I'm
you
not gonna lie.
can you save? Can DJ Lagway go past the incompetence?
Anthony Richardson couldn't save him.
Now this wow.
Ever
Rooster, I'm
since that
surprised by
shoe
you
throw,
turning
ever
on
since the
your
shoe
Gators,
throw,
man.
ever since Marco
That was
Wilson.
really bad, though, man. That
DJ
was
might be the one, but it's just
Y'all are
bad.
not good, Rooster. Y'all haven't been good. Okay, y'all had a few 10-win seasons, but y'all been booty meat. Booty meat. I don't even know if y'all better than the UConn Huskies.
For real. Since when Bama took over that little run,
Let me stop.
it was when Bama took over that
That's
run.
it. No.
That's when Florida was
Once
done.
Florida lost to Bama in the 09 SEC title game, nothing was the.
I ain't gonna lie. Once Urban Meyer left, it was quiet, bro.
It was cooked.
It's cooked.
Hey,
bro.
but J-Rob, listen. Sometimes divorced people get back together. Maybe Urban Meyer might have to say
Urban should go back and save him.
Maybe Urban Meyer
Look,
can go save
I
him.
don't know about Urban in the NFL, but when it comes to college, Urban Meyer brings
I don't think
championships.
he will ever be back at Florida ever again. I'm not.
I think he should go back to college though.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I heard
he only knows championships. He going.
I think he's getting interviewed at what's the name, Michigan State right now.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
no, that got shut down.
That got shut down.
Oh, really?
They don't need no more controversy over there.
No more controversy.
Hey! Do y'all want to hear what Florida has done since the cleat toss from Marco
Talk
Wilson?
about it.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Talk about it.
15-19 overall record.
Buns.
6-14 against conference.
Buns.
2-9 against top 25.
Buns.
0-3 against Kentucky. 0-2 against Georgia. 0-3 against LSU.
Buns.
1-1 against FSU, 1-1 against Tennessee, 0-3 in bowl games, and 2 consecutive losses.
Chomp. Come on, y'all.
It's looking bad, bro.
But if you play them at home, they got a chance.
Tegan, how long is Billy Napier going to be the head coach, though?
They got one more year.
I feel like it's been mad unfair for him, though.
It's been mad unfair.
Dan Mullen left them with nothing.
Yeah, Dan Mullen left
nothing, though, J-Rob, nothing.
Dan Mullen violated. He violated.
Can I push back on that?
Go ahead.
Now, Dan Mullen's definitely violated. I'm not even about to sit here in front on that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know Dan Mullen's really only got the job because he was under Urban. It was a legacy hire. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm pushing back on his all Dan Mullen he get because, bro, he has time, but also it's the Florida Gators, bro. It's the Florida Gators. Like, you have so much cachet in recruiting because of your name that I can't just say Dan Mullen screwed you over, bro. Like, go get some of these transfers. You got to do better on the recruiting trail. Sell some more dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't get kids to commit to Florida, I mean, bro, is it really just on what happened before? Like, it's Florida. I won't understand if he was taking over, like, Kentucky or Vanderbilt, something like that. But you took over Florida, bro. One of the most storied franchises, bro. You should be able to get players to go there.
All I know is that the Miami Hurricanes, they had the U Part 1 doc, they had the U Part 2. Swamp Kings Part 2 can happen. All you got to do is get Urban. And it's Swamp. DJ Lagway too? Bro, can you imagine Urban with DJ Lagway, though?
I could believe it. I want you to know right now, I'm going to put something out there for y'all to think about. Next year's college football playoffs is going to feature the most true freshman quarterbacks you'll ever see. I'm telling you right now.
That's not crazy.
Arch, Dylan Riola, Aaron Nolan.
Yeah.
Aaron Nolan for sure. I think the quarterback
might be Malachi Nelson at
Malachi Nelson at USC.
Well, he won't be a sophomore, but it's very possible.
I'm going
Dante Moore next year.
I'm thinking all redshirt freshmen and trues next year. Jackson Arnold.
This question came in mind, bro. This question, because it's just out of time. Because you brought up Aaron Nolan, I thought about Ohio State. I'm not gonna lie. Is Brian Hartline the best non-head coach?
He's the best.
Easily.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it might be.
He's the best recruiter in the country.
Close.
He's the best recruiter in the country.
He might be not only be the best recruiter in the country, he's the best assistant in football right now, easily.
Brian
Hartline went from he went from receiver coach.
If y'all watched the I forgot what's the cool school called Jeremiah Smith go to when they played Miami.
Chaminade. They played Bergen Catholic and killed them.
The one-handed left touchdown.
They played Bergen?
They played Bergen and fried them, bro.
Fried them. Trent. Trent, they're the best team in the country. They're the best team in the country.
They are the best team in the country.
Jeremiah Smith, yes.
He might be the new Marvin Harrison.
Well, they quarterback 6'7" going.
Yeah, he is 6'7" quarterback. Yes, bro.
Trent, Jeremiah Smith. I was having this conversation with some of my dogs. He might be a top 2 receiver in the SEC right now.
Facts.
I'm not even
Facts,
kidding. Like
bro.
he's
Yeah.
that good.
Facts,
He's
bro.
that good.
I ain't gonna lie, Trent. I thought Marvin Harrison
He's
Jr.
nice.
was the best receiver prospect I've ever seen. But
Bro, I
Jeremiah
text,
Smith
when I
coming
was
when
texting
it's
you
time for him
that,
to come out, he might be the best one I've
bro,
seen.
when I
bro.
texted
J-Rob, best
bro,
receiver I've ever seen, went to a game
bro, that's
live
why
in South Florida.
that's why I texted
Bro,
Jerry.
it's
I'm like,
crazy.
yo, bro, y'all got another one, bro. He is crazy.
He's crazy. I watched this game against Bergen Catholic. That's why, Bergen Catholic's the
Yeah, of
power
course.
of New
I say,
Jersey,
yeah,
bro.
that's
Oh, they
And he
blasted
went up.
him.
Oh,
Yeah,
blasted him. It was
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm
blasted.
telling y'all right now, Jordan, that Bergen Catholic team is beating a lot of teams in the
Facts.
country. And
Yeah.
that Bergen Catholic team is probably winning the state in New Jersey. They competing with all. This is just saying how good that Chaminade team is. Like Bergen Catholic is beating most teams, bro. They're not a slouch. So, I agree.
Let's go to these predictions and go to next week. Of course, we gotta.
Oh my God, they beat him 61-21.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was bad, bro. Shit was bad.
But we gotta start off first because I think this game come on 12 p.m. whatever. Red River Showdown. I'm gonna start off with Tegan. I'm gonna go down. Dawson, I'm gonna go down. Give y'all score predictions. Red River Showdown. Who you got, Tegan?
Dude, this is the spread for people that want to know is Texas -6. I had a car drive from Houston to Dallas, so I got a lot of time to think about these predictions. And I don't see a path where Oklahoma wins this game. I do see this game potentially happening in December again for the Big 12 championship because there's no divisions, just top two teams.
Right.
I think Texas gets the best of Oklahoma. Oklahoma's actually going to score this time compared to last year.
Facts.
Give me 42-31.
Dawson.
Texas ain't going undefeated, bros. They losing this weekend to Oklahoma.
Wow.
They are
Okay.
losing to Oklahoma.
Like
and like Tegan said, there will be a rematch that Texas will win.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
But Oklahoma is going to win this game 38-35 on a game-winning field goal.
I like it.
J-Rob, what you got?
I like what Nick Dawson is saying. I definitely think
it's going to be a lot closer than people think. That people talk about 49-0 last year.
Yeah,
if y'all don't think they ain't ready after they got clapped by 50, like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think that. I'll probably go ahead and say I'm going with them Hook'em boys. I'm taking Texas. Really love what Oklahoma's been doing so far this year. They're a good football team. They playing defense too. They playing defense at Oklahoma. It's about time. See what happened when Grinch leave? They playing some defense. So
they got Brett Venables,
but they also got a defensive minded head coach in Venables. He don't play that. But I'm gonna sit here and go Oklahoma. But this is gonna be a shootout. I'm going 42-38 Texas in a shootout. But I actually don't think Oklahoma is going to be seeing Texas at the end of the year. I actually think they may be seeing them. Actually, let me not even say it. Might get
Say it.
I think they might see them Kansas Jayhawks for real. I ain't going for it.
Oh my God.
I thought you were gonna say Kansas State, but no.
No.
I want to see
David Daniels needs to stay healthy for once.
Yeah. He didn't even play last week versus.
I just want to see. I'm looking at the Big 12 right now, bro. Let me just.
I would love to see Kansas in there. I'm just like, no.
I think Kansas State could cause problems.
Yo, I'm looking at these Kansas Jayhawks. What are they? 3-1. They 4-1. They play They 4-1. They lost. They beat BYU. I'm looking at the rest of their schedule, fellas. This team is not that bad, bro. Like they can't knock off Oklahoma. Jalen Daniels can't have one of them days. Like, I don't know, bro. Kansas State is also going to be a player too.
Okay, so this is the SEC West. This is the SEC West leader matchup right now. Okay, can we all agree that Bama's going to dog walk A&M? Oh, we don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a dog walk.
I don't think they're going to dog walk.
I don't know if it's a dog walk.
You know what the spread is? You know what the spread is? -2 Alabama.
I ain't gonna lie, Trent. I don't see a dog walking.
I don't see a dog. If Bama wins, I think it's 24-21.
This will be the first.
Yeah.
This weekend will be the one time every year. Every time A&M plays Bama, this is the one time me and T are on the same side of the ledger when it comes to his squad. I'm with him. I'm an Aggie.
No. I want Texas A&M to win.
I'm an Aggie, bro.
Texas A&M
It's at A&M too.
If they had what's his name, I would have picked them to win the game.
Wigman.
Yes, but they don't have Connor.
He's out. Quarterback is out.
Yeah. Max Johnson plays.
Well, Max Johnson could get the job done.
Max
Zach
Johnson.
Calzada could do it.
Yeah.
If Zach Calzada could do it.
Max Johnson.
And did you see him at LSU?
LSU legend.
I know this is not the Max
listen,
Johnson I think this is. This is Max Johnson, LSU Max Johnson?
Yes.
Tegan.
But here's the thing.
Hey, listen.
I don't trust that kid.
Can I get my full take on
Max Johnson revenge arc, one game to beat Bama?
I'm still taking
That's all you need. That's all you need.
I'm taking your team to win, though, Tegan. I'm rocking with your boys, but I'm not happy about Max. Max and Million.
So
Tegan's going to come in here with a Max Johnson jersey.
Can I get my full take on it?
Go ahead.
Because here, like outside of the quarterback, because let's not act like mildew is any much bigger of a difference. So let's keep it a buck here.
A little bit.
It's going to be a defensive game, and I think Dawson said it in the Discord. First team to score 24 points probably wins this game.
Yeah.
And I think Evan Stewart was a problem for them last year. Mildew was mildewing last year.
Mad. I'm so mad because I know Chris Marshall personally. Y'all would have had him too. Oh my god, he was wilding too.
I hope he's wilding at JUCO right now.
Like, I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me anymore.
Speaking of that, bro, when Damon Demons comes back to college football, that is a J-Rob. That is a first round pick. He's going to Colorado. I guarantee you.
Actually, you know what? Might be onto something.
Damon Demons is already wilding at Garden City.
He's at Garden City? Oh.
Yeah, if he comes to Colorado.
He's a buff. He's a buff. I'm not going to lie. I don't see a world where he's
crazy.
Yeah. Either that or Louisville or Ole Miss.
But you got to really understand.
J-Rob.
Deion is the hardest no in sports right now.
I don't think people are really ready for next year when Colorado is in the playoffs.
They're gonna be in the playoffs.
I don't think people are ready for it though. I don't think they're ready for it though. They're not ready.
They're not even gonna need an at-large bid when they win the Big 12.
Facts.
They're not gonna need an at-large.
Bro, can you imagine a Colorado home playoff game? Oh my lord.
We had on the draft we did yesterday. We had them playing Notre Dame. Actually,
that would be a
next year.
I had it because I said they'd be because I don't think the Big 12, even though they're going to be an at-large bid, I don't think the Big 12 is going to get that first four or five nod. I think that'll be the 5 and 6 will be a one-loss like Big 10 or one-loss big SEC
team.
No, but what I'm saying is I think the committee will give more leeway to a one-loss SEC or one-loss Big 10 in them 5 to 6 spots. And so I don't know if the Big 12 is going to get the love. So we had them as like a 7 seed.
Yeah. So I say this
because the conferences are going to be so big next year.
This is the game for J-Rob. You know, can Maryland shock the world?
I'm actually scared as hell about that game. I'm actually
Maryland at Ohio State.
You've been scared since like the offseason.
I'm just scared about the offense, bro.
J-Rob, who you got for the game?
I'm obviously going to take the Buckeyes to win. But I think this game is going to make me nervous because, unfortunately, I do think Talia is a better quarterback than I think Talia is a better quarterback than I think he's a better quarterback than Kyle McCord. But also, Kyle McCord did show me some balls in that Notre Dame game. I have to give him a lot of credit. He made the throw of the night on that seam route at the end of the game. Yeah. That was the throw of the game. And that was a big throw. He sat in the pocket and took and went for it, let it rip. And so. But Maryland has been balling out of control this year. Yes. This would be a good statement win for them. I think Talia Tagovailoa is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He doesn't get enough credit for how good he's been. I bet you right now Alabama wish he was still on the roster.
Oh, my God, they wish he was on the team. Oh, my God, they wish
for real, though. For real. All jokes aside, for real. And but I'm going to take Ohio State to win, but Maryland will give us a run. I think the final score ends up being like 38-27, 28.
Yeah, do you think it's a game all 4 quarters, or
I think it's a game all 4 quarters. Ohio State pulls away at the very end. I think this game will go all the way. I think this game will go all the way. It'll be a good one.
I'm gonna get your next prediction, Dawson. But I just had to say this.
And I'm happy we're at home for this game.
I was about to say,
bro, the NCAA is some grimy ass motherfucker. Bro, they banned photo shoots on unofficial visits now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I saw that.
They don't want kids
to have NFL a no fun league.
They don't want kids to have fun no more, bro.
That's so foul. I
also don't think they don't want kids leveraging these schools with NIL. And what I think is when you start taking visits, every kid that's in high school, Trey, you know how this goes. We take a visit. We want to show the world these pics we took. Is what it is. But I think you could also use that to leverage, like you could, you've heard of stories about like kids be telling schools that they have an offer that they don't have, and then they end up getting 5 offers because of it. So, I think you could also leverage some of that, especially now with the social media age and stuff. So I don't think it's a good rule, but I think the NCAA is trying to regulate. They're trying to regulate this NIL stuff as much as they can.
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
They're trying to regulate as much as they can because you really can't regulate it. So it's like you can only do but so much.
Yeah, and then Tegan, who you got for the game?
If this was played at Maryland, it'd be a different story. I don't know what the spread exactly is, but I would have Ohio State and take them to cover. I think it's 42-24. I think it's a game in the first half. I think it's a game in the first half, but it's in the shoe. I think that's a confidence game for Kyle McCord to actually believe
20 points, 19.5.
Yeah, I'll take them to cover.
They're covering.
Dawson, who you got?
I got Ohio State covering. I think they're gonna blow them out.
UCLA is favored versus Washington State, y'all.
Yep.
Damn.
Where's the game? UCLA.
Yep.
Washington State +4.
I still think Washington State's gonna win the game. So.
Young, who you got?
I'm gonna take Ohio State too. I think Maryland's gonna cover though.
Yeah, I think Maryland covers, bro. To be honest.
All right, bet.
They've been silently getting better every season, bro. The last 3 years.
LSU at Missouri, bro. Rob, you got?
I love you, bro. For a long time, LSU is literally the only SEC school I really root for. They've always been my favorite SEC school. I love LSU. But I'm taking the Missouri Tigers to win the game, bro. Like, I don't have the DBs are not the same. I like Cook. I like Luther Burden. Luther Burden is gonna have a hell of a game, bro.
Tegan?
Yeah, give me Mizzou. Them corners ain't blocking nothing. Like, I'm sorry, Luther Burden's massive.
I'm not gonna hold you. If Missouri wins this game, they still have to play Georgia, right?
Hey, Dawson,
who's the one team last year to give Georgia fits?
If Missouri, listen. Here's my question: is Missouri's this year's TCU? Is Missouri this year's TCU?
But they will be better because they will have better talent up front than TCU.
I agree, but I'm just talking about like no one before
Cinderella.
The year.
You talking about Cinderella?
Yeah, Cinderella. I think
could be Missouri.
You know why? Because I think Cook's a great quarterback. Like they had Duggan. They have the receiver. Burden is a dog. That's why I'm picking Missouri. The DB's about to get cooked.
Yeah, them DBs.
They about to get worked.
Yeah, that passing game is for real.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, that Kansas State win to me was a big win for them.
I think that's a program like booster for them.
Yeah, I think that was a good win for them going into the year.
Yeah. I agree. This is a game that will decide if Brian Kelly can keep control of a locker room after.
I'm not gonna lie. If Brian Kelly loses this game for next year, he's gonna be on the hot seat.
100%.
And guess who's going after that? Deion Sanders might be going to LSU.
Stop.
That would be crazy. That would be
Deion
play my damn theme music.
Deion is staying in Colorado for the next.
They gonna that would be such a violation, bro.
I could not see Deion going to the
LSU
NFL,
would be so disgusting.
and I can't see Deion leaving Colorado, bro. If Deion leaves Colorado, I'll actually be kind of mad at him for that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be kind of
just a little bit.
He's gonna leave one day. I think.
No, he'll leave eventually.
He's gonna leave.
I definitely think he should be there for the next at least 6 to 8 years.
He's gonna be gone after Travis gone.
Yeah, after Travis and Shador, I think he's gone.
That's my point.
Y'all telling me that. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Bryce Underwood, #1 quarterback in 2025, commits to Colorado.
Oh, he's staying with him. He's staying with him.
He's staying.
But does he have to? Because he could just go to another.
He could bring him with him. No, he could. But what I'm saying is, but that first year that Bryce Underwood was at Colorado, he got to stay there. How would you feel if Deion went to OSU? Then it's a different conversation.
It's
a different combo. You feel me?
Hey, listen. Let's keep going.
Yo, Che, let's go because I gotta go soon. Actually,
get back. Can Kentucky knock off the King? No. Kentucky at Georgia. Who y'all got?
Give me Ray Davis and them Wildcats.
Or? What score? What you got?
Score 24-17 Kentucky.
They only scoring 17.
Cook them.
That offense, that Georgia offense is booty meat. If it wasn't for Brock Bowers, that offense would be whack. If it wasn't for Brock Bowers, they would have lost the game by now. And I am also over them being the number one team in the country right now, just because they actually just don't deserve it. I think other teams have won bigger games. Ohio State's win over Notre Dame, better win. Texas's win over Alabama, better win. FSU LSU, better win. FSU Clemson, better wins. I just think other teams have better wins right now than Georgia. So that's the only reason. I think Georgia's still top 4, but I don't think they should be the number one team in the country. I even think Michigan is a better team right now on paper. And this coming from the Ohio State man, but I gotta give. I'm not trying to be objective. They think I'm just hating on Georgia. I'm like, bro, it's 2024, not 2023 anymore. Like it's a new year. Like they just got the best team. They could be top 4.
That historical defense, every single player who was on it.
Gone.
It's gone.
It's just a good defense now.
And no, people just look at the name Georgia and think they got this great, like, they're good, like J-Rob said, but they shouldn't be number one right now.
I agree.
Mikael Williams is kind of disappointing.
Let's score. Dawson, we got for the game. Kentucky.
I got Georgia winning because the only reason I don't like Kentucky is I'm not the biggest Devin Leary guy. I don't think if they had a true passing quarterback, I think they could win, but I don't trust. I think Georgia wins 27-13.
All right.
I'm not mad.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 24-10, something like that.
Yeah.
This Georgia offense is not good. It's getting the ball to Brock Bowers.
If they didn't, I'm not gonna lie to you. If they didn't have Brock Bowers,
they would have lost twice already. They would have lost to South Carolina too.
Yeah.
All right, Tegan, who you got?
Georgia. I think it's gonna probably be very reminiscent of the South Carolina game. I mean, every game they start slow. Give me Georgia to score 27 and then Kentucky to get 14.
Not mad.
I love them boys. I love Kentucky. And
I love Kentucky. I love Kentucky, but it's just not Devin Leary. I love the running back though. Davis, love him. He totes.
I just want it to be a close game because I just want people to see like Georgia is not who y'all acting like they are with this number one.
But I'm gonna say this: if I said this a couple weeks ago, and now that LSU lost their second game, and say Bama loses a second game, and that one of those teams beats Georgia, does a one-loss Georgia team really deserve to be in the playoff?
No.
Is it a possibility there's 0 SEC teams in the playoffs?
Yes.
And Dawson, I said that.
Yeah,
I said that weeks ago.
Bro, you know what's crazy, Tegan? I don't know if you watch Open Field. I said it on Open Field. I literally said on Open Field. I said, yo, there's no way I'm taking.
I got a question after J-Rob.
I gotta go after this too, Trent. I don't see a world where a one-loss Georgia, like Tegan just said, if they lose to a Bama or LSU or Kentucky. I don't know if that one-loss Georgia team is better than let's just say for the sake of Oregon and Washington go undefeated full year, play each other in the Pac-12 championship. How do you keep both of them out? How do you keep both of them out?
I have a question. What if it's Michigan, Ohio State?
How do you take Notre Dame out?
What if it's Michigan, Ohio State 11-0 again?
Same thing.
And it's down to the wire.
Same thing. I think all them one-loss teams would be better than one-loss Georgia, bro. But they're
this
not
year,
this year
was the year that they needed for the 12-team playoff.
Facts. This is the biggest year.
I
actually think this is I'm about to go now, but I'm gonna leave y'all with.
Yeah, no, I was saying no. I'm not saying because Tegan, we could do the game next week. I was gonna say because you can work with us. I appreciate y'all coming out. I say that's appreciate y'all coming out, bro. Make sure y'all tune in on Friday. I'm gonna have Russell Shepard pull for the VIP room.
Also, tune in to Players' Choice Texas Oklahoma game 12 o'clock.
Watch party. Yeah.
Tune in the gridiron tonight. I gotta take a test, so I'm gonna miss it. So make sure y'all tune in gridiron tonight. About to be shit.
Oh yeah, gridiron is definitely.
Oh yeah, gridiron is tonight too.
Yeah, so
Dan Jones been going through a lot lately, Trey.
Yeah, if they wow out, I finish my test, I might be able to pull up, but I probably won't be able to.
I try to defend him a little bit. But Trent, there's just some things that I can't defend, bro. Because
I can't defend 11 sacks either. I can't defend.
The problem is though,
Trent,
Trent, you understand? Trent, you know the problem. The thing I can't defend.
Contract.
Wait, Trent, you know. The thing that I can't defend that is always going to be hard with the Daniel Jones thing is the money, bro.
Yeah, it's the contract. It's the contract.
That's literally it. That's
the one thing I can't argue. If he wasn't getting that type of money, I'll just be like, just get rid of him. Like,
that's the management part, though. I feel like
it's that money. That money kind of headlock you with him, bro. It does.
Yeah.
But
so what's the name? We can say, I'm gonna catch y'all. So peace.